I'd like to thank my mom up here who never picked me up when I fell. She taught me how to get up when I was knocked down.
What if David Goggins had been comforted when he was knocked down? What if he sought comfort in his most daunting moments? As Goggins said himself, the answers don't lie on the warm, soft bed in front of you. They live on the pile of cold, jagged rocks in the corner. This bed and this pile of rocks exists in all of us. The bed is safety, assurance, and comfort. It is what we know. The rocks are our fears, our dreaded tasks. Yet this place, this pile of rocks that we must confront, is where champions are wrought from cowards. The cowards find inside themselves a champion. Goggins discovered this champion underneath 160 pounds of despair and comfort, after he had set the goal of becoming a Navy SEAL. David lost the weight as instructed by his recruiter, but not only did he lose this 160 pounds, he lost it in only 3 months. The first day of this 3-month personal war ended after Goggins ran only a quarter of a mile. He had set out to run 3. Rather than return to the comfort of a milkshake in his hand and a soft sofa underneath him, David persisted, realizing that daily failure was something he would have to get used to. At this point, the 160 pounds was already shed from his mind. All that was left was that on his body. What was the driving force behind Goggins' effort to lose this weight? What fueled his desire to become the best that he could be? And how did this motivation persist to this day, after he became a Navy SEAL? David progressed through the realization that suffering is a constant in life. And so to truly live our best lives, we must yoke ourselves with meaningful suffering instead of striving for a comfortable existence. Because when we are comfortable is when we are not progressing. With forward movement comes new information, new challenges, higher peaks, unforeseen obstacles. As the Dalai Lama said, it is worth remembering that the time of greatest gain in terms of wisdom and inner strength is often that of greatest difficulty. To become our best self and progress, we must sacrifice familiarity and certainty. David knew this when he entered the Navy recruiter's office and applied for SEAL training. Despite being near illiteracy in high school, David studied for and passed the ASVAB test, the test administered by the U.S. military to determine qualification for enlistment. Once in the program, he had to go through 3 hell weeks in 1 year, more than any other serviceman on record. A hell week is 5.5 days of cold, wet, brutally difficult operational training on fewer than 4 hours of sleep. I say again, David endured 3 hell weeks. He knew the requirements to become a Navy SEAL and knew his body would not be able to handle the punishment that SEAL training entails. He knew that he needed to strengthen himself mentally through voluntary suffering, so he tortured his body before it tortured him.
There's a lot of people when they think about working out, they think of it as being a physical thing.
Right, no. I did it for mental.
Yeah.
People always say, my God, like, no, don't look at it like, I didn't care about losing weight. I didn't care about being the fastest person. I wasn't making the Olympics. I wasn't going to pros. I could barely read and write when I was in a junior in high school. I wasn't going anywhere. I saw working out as a way for me to build calluses on my mind. I had to callous over the victim's mentality. Through tons of repetition of the same thing that you don't want to do. And that's the key thing. Through repetition of things you don't want to do, you develop mental, like an armor for your mind. Start to armor your mind, because your mind's like, okay, we suffer every day. It's what we do. We do stuff that sucks every day. So then when the suck stuff comes, you're ready for it. And that's how I started coming up. I just started being very uncomfortable. And now it's like just a way of life.
After training, David emerged as a new person, the 36th Black Navy SEAL in the history of the program. He went on to break a pull-up world record and run ultra marathons, races in excess of 100 miles, for charity. All of these developments were achieved in spite of an abusive and traumatic childhood, mental deficiency, and physical laziness. David forged himself into a diamond from a lump of coal. Every day, a personal battle is fought inside of us. The subject of this battle can range from something as small as what to eat for breakfast to, for some, something as big as whether or not to continue living. Our inner coward tells us to give up, to acquiesce under the safety of comfort. Our inner champion says to charge forward, to chase our ideal existence in this life. If the coward wins, the consequences are known. There is certainty of what will happen, and it is a plateau of progress, a stagnation, an atrophy of being itself. If the inner champion wins, the consequences are unknown and endless, and they can only benefit us. We choose the winner of our inner battle. We choose who we will be and how we will affect the world we live in.